Alright, kind of a happy update video on the lawsuit stuff. Won't go into details, but yeah, I did get some good news. Okay, on the Joneser thing, I have found that YouTube is now taking 6 days. I mean, it's been 6 days since the last DMCA that they either the video was removed or the user removed it. So the ones that are still up from a DCMA, the oldest is 6 days ago that they haven't acted on it. So that's apparently their 6 days. I mean, could be 7, could be 8. I mean, it should be happening today or tomorrow. These DMCAs should be going through. So something should be happening. Should be some news. Some videos should start disappearing or something. So that's why I haven't. The Joneser response still isn't here. So I will mention that, Joneser, while I'm on the subject of him, his latest video, he made an accusation, based on the fact that some guy uploaded 40 response videos to the last legal update video. And I noticed it like a couple days after the video was up. And I said, well, that's, kind of funny. Some guy wastes his time uploading 40 response videos. Just, I guess his intent was to popularize the video, but I didn't even think about it, because I'm saying, number one, I didn't think it was still indexed in any kind of popularity thing. I forgot about the weekly ones, most responded to. And I also didn't notice any, there wasn't any change in the view numbers. I mean, it had the same view numbers as every other video, so I didn't take it seriously. But apparently Joneser, he just outright basically accuses me of having something to do with it. And it's just bullshit. I don't have any sock accounts, so let's make that one clear too, because, Skanarf or SNF makes these accusations. People make these accusations on other boards, and all I have is the Do Not God account. I was the one who opened the Walking the Walk account. And I have like one other account, something like, Rent in Mendham or something. And that's it. And I've never used any of those accounts to favor my videos, or to subscribe to my videos, or to comment on other people's videos, or do anything with those accounts, ever. I've never done anything nefarious or secretive or anything. And some asshole was, even on Tommy's video, was making these accusations that some other guy commenting was me. And it's just a lie. It's just bullshit. You just can't say shit like that and just, think you're immune. I mean, it is just nonsense to make accusations that you have no credible reason to believe are true. It is just cheap, petty, irresponsible. You know what that word means? Behavior. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's the Joneser thing should be happening, and that'll be really good to get that settled one way or the other. Get that. I want that response from Joneser. He's the guy I really want to go after. But like I said, I got other plans anyway, and I'm not gonna. The legal papers, I will put them online, but I'm not going to do it for there'll be like a 2-week delay initially, just because, there's this thing called legal strategy and all that stuff, and you don't want to just throw your stuff right out there so the other side knows exactly what you're doing, and other parties and all that stuff. So I will mention, just because it's on my mind, I was reading the California Supreme Court decision, basically affirming the idea that the initial publisher is the one that's ultimately culpable. So once you put something online and it ends up being slanderous, even if somebody else duplicates it, that party isn't going to be responsible. The original publisher is going to be responsible for all other publication. So when you think you're doing BCJ or somebody else a favor by republishing his bullshit, and you think you're attacking me, well, what you're doing is making that person more liable. So, ha on you. Thank you for making my case stronger against the original asshole. This is the organizer of the conspiracy and plot. Anyway, BCJ, yeah, he's not saying much in videos, but he's making plenty of comments in other videos. So, yeah, it's a little bit gutless. Why don't you say your shit in the video? Okay, why don't you do that, BCJ? It is important to remember this guy is a partner. Okay, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So he has business affiliations. You see, very rich business affiliations. So anyway, we'll move on. Like I said, no point in saying anything directly that might get me in trouble. No, not gonna do that. Well, it's not that I'm going to be in trouble. It's just that, you know, the crazies might get loose on me. But anyway, so I would say I will final report on the initial 10 DMCAs. Well, not yet, 10 I guess it is. All right, 4 of them were removed by the user. 4 of them were removed by YouTube for the copyright, and one of them, the initial one, was never removed. They never did anything on it. They never acted on the complaint. So that's bullshit. I mean, I got the email confirmation, but they never acted on it. So that was kind of stupid of them, YouTube. But anyway, this whole idea of 6 days, when you just think about it, I mean, what video, I mean, how many views does a video get after its initial 6 days? I mean, what percent? You know, 5%, 2%, whatever. I mean, it is insane, I think, for YouTube to wait 6 days to act on DMCA complaints, especially when they can act in like 45 minutes because somebody showed their wee-wee, you know. So apparently they can act very quickly when they think it's in their interest, but it's when it's in the user's interest, well, no, they're not too fucking concerned. 6 days is okay then. I mean, it really is kind of a joke. Like I said, they are getting sued by Viacom by not acting on copyright complaints. So, you know, it just looks pretty stupid to me as an observer, just as an observer. So what else needs to be said? I think that's it. Yeah, there are some cases out there. I just didn't realize there are as many as there are. There are some, you know, cases for defamation and such. And, you know, some of them are kind of stupid. I mean, there's this one case where somebody got like $11 million award because the other party didn't even show up for the trial, you know, and the jury said, yeah, okay, $11 million, whatever. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, that seems kind of bogus. You know, sometimes the system does seem a little bit insane. But, yeah, they are out there. So, it's not as safe as you think, you malicious little haters. And I guess that's it. I don't know if there's much else to go over. I mean, you know, Tommy did make a stupid video about the whole circumstance, and you know, he threw his opinion in. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you know, it's just so funny how I'm not allowed to have an opinion. You know, but everybody else is allowed to have an opinion. I'm not allowed to sit there and set a standard for what I'm going to tolerate, but everybody else is allowed to set a standard. So it wouldn't bother them if their image with a Hitler mustache and in Hitler dress was the background image for somebody else's channel page. That wouldn't bother them, they say. No, that's no problem. I don't mind that. But their expectation is that it shouldn't bother me either. Like, I have to think just like them. I mean, it is really stupid. I mean, like I said, this is all about certain things. I mean, I tolerate a lot of things. I'll accept a lot of things. That's the reality of life on Earth. But there's some lines you just can't fucking cross. And it's right in that Penn and Teller clip on SoupX video. I mean, he says you can't call somebody a liar. And there's these different things. You can't make specific accusations. And when you say somebody's a Holocaust denier, that means something. And when you dress somebody as Adolf Hitler, it means something. It's a statement. And you just can't sit there and play with that kind of fire. So, anyway, like I said, we'll see what happens. There's another, like, 7, 8 DMCAs out there that YouTube just hasn't acted on that were filed in the last 6 or 7 days. So we'll see what we get in terms of counterclaims, and then we'll move forward. But we're definitely moving forward. I mean, it's in process. So the game is on, and we'll see how big the game gets and how interesting the game gets and what the game does. But the ball's rolling. some other dopey metaphor, blah blah. Sorry, this video was longer than it had to be. I had a good day yesterday. I'm kind of in a good mood. I was driving a little tractor around with a bucket loader on it, and it was kind of like one of those male things, I guess. You just, you feel right when you're pushing shit around with a tractor. So anyway, that's the update. So we'll see what happens today or the next day or the next day, but something should start happening. So till the next report.